The movie opens with an elite commander named James Wright barging into a Japanese martial arts dojo to find his nemesis. Where is he? I don't know where. That man in that photo. My father. I spent time with your father in Bataan. My father spoke of you. A great fighter. Quiet! You bring trouble and dishonor. What is it you've come here for? We are then shown how it all began in 1942 when James was being chased by an enemy plane and was then shot down. The Japanese army is finishing their 3-month death campaign to overtake the last strongholds in Asia. James is shown dragging his comrade from the water, and as he looks up, he sees another plane crashing down near his position. When the sun rises, the Japanese soldiers begin their search to find if anyone survived. Come on, attack! When James is brought before the Japanese commander Ito, the commander shows no mercy at all, and he orders his soldiers to cut off James's head. After this, James is taken away from the camp to a deserted area where Captain Hirano tells him to kneel down, and James silently obeys. Hirano draws his sword and places it on James's neck, carefully checking the angle so he can eliminate him with a single strike. And just as Hirano raises his sword to execute him, James suddenly moves back, causing the attack to miss. The Japanese soldiers soon start chasing him again and manage to find him, and in his panic, James falls into a trap they had set, and his knife slips out of his hand and falls to the ground, leaving him trapped. James is captured and is taken back to the camp where the commander angrily asks why he is still alive, and the captain explains that James tried to escape but was caught in their trap. When the commander learns that James eliminated several soldiers along with Captain Hirano, he completely loses his temper. James Wright, Corporal Hirano, was like a brother to me. My sincerest condolences. Tomorrow, you die. The captain offers to eliminate him immediately, but the commander refuses, and he says that James is not afraid of death, so they must do something that has never been done before. He plans a fight for the next day, where James will be tortured and eliminated slowly, so his death becomes a lesson for the other prisoners. James is then locked in his cell under 24-hour guard in the camp, which holds many other prisoners like him, and many of them have already died because of severe torture. That night, the prisoners talk among themselves, and one man tells James that even though they are prisoners, they still follow military discipline inside the camp. There are strict rules everyone must obey, or survival becomes impossible. And he also mentions that they still have their own commander, who is kept in a different cell and will meet James the next day. James replies that he is not sure if he will even be alive by tomorrow because the Japanese have threatened to eliminate him, and when the other prisoners learn that James eliminated 3 men, including a captain, they are left shocked and silent. I already killed 3 of Ito's men that he knows about. You're better off going on the march. Anyone strong enough to work and stay here. What do we know about this other camp? Once you do make it, God only knows what's happening to them. Just better hope it's a clean beheading. Sometimes it takes more than one swing to finish the job. All the prisoners are brought outside, and on Commander Ito's orders, a soldier walks toward James with a sword, and James believes this is the end for him. But instead of eliminating him, the soldier unties his hands. Then James and 3 other prisoners are taken into a fighting ring, where Ito announces that these 3 were caught hiding food in their cells, and to stop others from doing the same, they must be punished, and he calmly sits down as if he is about to watch a show. An example must be made. Ito is so furious that he storms inside, and the captain insists that James must be eliminated immediately, but Ito refuses, and he says James is not like the other prisoners and will have to pay for this. The next day, a prisoner named Gabriel jokingly asks James if he had a stone in his hand when he fought because he was amazed at what he did. James then meets Collins, their own captain. Collins has one injured leg because of an explosion, which makes it hard for him to walk, and he asks James where he learned to fight so well, saying that in all his months in the camp, no one had ever come out of that ring alive. James replies that he did not learn fighting in just one place, as he trained in Hong Kong, Thailand, and even in Japan. Soon a captain arrives and takes James to Commander Ito, and Ito asks him the same question, that where did he learn their fighting techniques. You are a skilled fighter. I've trained many places. This belongs to you. Yes. Maybe you'll see your father again. My father's dead. Tomorrow, you die. Let's go, Britt, you're up. Do you like a drink? No thanks. Let's get this done. Me. Ito's head must be spinning right now. Why didn't you finish him off? Ito's men are just doing as they're told. They want to die him all the way to... It's in about a week. They're going to march us to another camp. We need a radio. They're not going to waste good men to come get us. We're casualties of war. I'm going to get one. Brawley. A radio is kept with a guard near the watchtower. So the next day, some prisoners start a fight in the camp on purpose, and the guards rush in to control the situation. Using this chance, James climbs the watchtower and steals the radio, and the guards fire shots into the air to calm everyone down. But by then, James has already succeeded. During this, a nurse notices James, but he signals her to stay quiet. And just then, a guard arrives and starts harassing the nurse. When she resists, he slaps her hard, knocking her to the ground, and James feels terrible for her, but can do nothing. James quickly hides the radio, and with great care, they bring it into their cell, where one prisoner warns that the radio can only receive signals, and if they try to send a distress call, they will be caught. He also says that if the guards find out the radio is missing, they will torture everyone until it is found. James tells them not to worry, saying the camp has many radios, so they will not notice one missing. The next day, Commander Ito gathers all the prisoners and says that some of them were seen going into restricted areas, and he points at Collins, but Collins says he is accusing the wrong man. Now is the only chance to save your life. Lopez. It's this be. Odesson. Those boys found a way outside the fence without getting caught. Mind your business. Tell me. Maybe they did. It's not hard to get out of this place. Just a matter of a blind spot and a few snip wires. That same night, James takes the radio and sneaks out of the camp. And moving through the dense jungle, he goes far away from the camp. And when he turns on the radio, he hears voices speaking in the Navajo language. At the same time, a soldier comes to check the prisoner's cell, and he sees that everyone seems to be in their place. But when he lifts James's blanket, he finds only empty sacks. And strangely, the soldier does not raise the alarm and quietly leaves. After listening for a while, James returns to the camp, and the next day, the three of them meet again. James tells them that the Americans are nearby, as he heard them talking in Navajo code, though he could not understand what they were saying, but still he now has an escape plan. James explains that when he first arrived at the camp, he saw a glider, but it has no engine and cannot fly. James explains that it is not a normal glider, as it has a hook which allows another plane to pull it up into the air. His plan is that if a pilot can fly low enough, they can attach the hook and the plane can pull them up along with the glider. Gabriel says that if everything does not go perfectly, they might fail to connect, and the plan is extremely risky. And while they are talking, a guard arrives and takes James away. What do you know about Navajo? You understand this language. Why would I understand it? Nobody understands Navajo except the Navajo. That's the bloody point. None of you will ever see your home. And I guess we have nothing left to lose, then, do we? An attack is mounting. The Americans are still close. By doing this, it will happen. What is coming is much worse. James collapses and loses consciousness, and when he wakes up, he finds himself in the Japanese medical camp. They have treated his wounds and assigned a nurse to take care of him. And James recognizes her, and he learns that her name is Teresa, and she is also a prisoner like him. Teresa tells James that Ito has lost his sleep at night, as he believes an attack could happen at any time. And if it does, he will not leave any prisoners alive. They separate me from my family, force me to work. You know this place. Jungle surrounding this place. You may rest now. Your strength is returning. Tomorrow I die. Yes, I know. Your sensei taught you well. You honor him. I'm confident I'll make it home. Eventually you'll just run out of warriors. But I fear convoy is coming. If this happens, nobody will survive. Later, James returns to his fellow prisoners who are relieved and happy to see him alive. And one of them tells James that while he was in the medical camp, American planes flew over the area, and it becomes clear that the Americans are very close. All they need now is to contact them using the radio. They know it is risky, and if they send a signal, they will be caught, but it is the only option left. That night, James and Gabriel sneak out of the camp again, and after going a short distance, a guard spots them, so they quickly take care of him. As soon as we see my transmitter, Job's gonna know. Wait for. Okay. Come up to you. Okay. Come. What is that? The next day, Ito gathers all the prisoners and announces that some prisoners broke their barracks and attacked the guards the previous night. He says this could not have been done by just one person and demands that everyone involved step forward. James sees that Collins has been badly tortured, so James steps forward and says that they have the wrong man, as it was him who attacked the guards. Ito says he is pleased that James admitted the truth, but adds that James was not alone, and he then brings another prisoner forward and orders James to eliminate him, and Ito promises that if James does this, he will spare his friend's life. Kill him. I will not. We are prisoners of war. There are rules. You are here for just my entertainment. Why don't you set foot on that map with me? Let's finish this now. Do something. You're charged. James decides that everything must happen tonight and they will send the signal no matter what. And the plan is to include a few Navajo words in the message so the Japanese waste time trying to decode it. And by the time they realize, it means nothing as it will be too late. That night, James and Gabriel sneak out again and they quickly take out the radio and start sending the signal. And luckily, the frequency matches the American radio and they can hear each other. And in between, they also say a few meaningless words to confuse the Japanese. They return to the camp, but when they reach their cell, it is empty. And suddenly guards appear and beat them unconscious. And when James wakes up, the battle has already begun. American planes are bombing the Japanese camp, causing massive damage, and the Japanese begin eliminating prisoners and preparing to flee. Teresa unties James and tells him that after he was captured, the camp was attacked and Ito has gone mad and is eliminating everyone. And when they step outside, they see the camp completely destroyed. We're there! Contact! Here! Get up! Nowhere to run now. Right! Come on! No! Here we go! No! We're gonna go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. The survivors reach the glider, tie it with ropes, and prepare a strong hook, and they get inside. An American fighter plane flies low, drops its hook, and comes dangerously close. And this is their only chance. And the hook locks perfectly onto the glider, and the plane pulls them away to safety. They finally succeed and escape the camp. However, not everyone in the camp is that lucky. And James promises himself that one day he will come back and rescue the others. 8 years later, after World War II ends, James returns to Japan, and he comes to meet Ito because their unfinished business still remains. My father passed away last year. My condolences. Wait! I want to see if you insist. Hello? Wait! I believe this belongs to you. My father told me that white men will come for.